Hello, everybody. My name is Tammy Szijarto, founder of Project Scaleup. I consult early stage companies, both startups and small businesses, turning ideas into viable and sustainable ventures. Today, our guest is Art Robinson, founder and CEO of Black Diamond Rewards. Art is a financial insurance executive and has been dedicated to bridging the gap in wealth building within the Black community.
Yes, it is. Thank you for taking the time to interview me as well. So I lived in Madison, Wisconsin, a while ago, and it has a very small Black community, a minority community in general. And I wanted to figure out a way to promote the businesses and get people to patronize them and visit them more. So I noticed that Milwaukee, which is the largest community, had a Black business directory, and I thought I would use that same prototype to do that in Madison. So I went out to find the businesses, speak to them, tell them my idea, and put together a paper directory because it was a while ago, and sent that out to people and delivered it to their homes. Had it delivered through the local Black-owned newspaper, and really tried to get people to frequent and go to those businesses. And that was the start of my journey in trying to really improve the revenue and customer growth for Black-owned businesses.
Now, were you trying to do this since then, or was it more of a stop and go sort
Yeah,
of
I
thing?
did that for 4 years. I did that during I have a full time job working as a finance executive with an insurance company, and this was what I did on the side as I tried to build it out to become a full time business. But I did it for 4 years, and then as always, life ensues, and I had to move on from this project. But it has always been a passion of mine to figure out a way to grow the ecosystem for Black owned businesses and to participate in that growth by driving people to those places.
With Black Diamond Rewards, can you describe what it's for and what the goals are for this?
Sure. The goal is somewhat adjacent to what I did before with the directory. It is has a goal of driving people to go and spend their dollars with the Black owned businesses to help them grow. And so it does it in a different way. It does it by not just providing people information about the business, where they're located, and their hours, but giving them a financial incentive to spend money with the business, to give them gift cards or cash back for every purchase that they make, similar to other cashback applications, but focusing their dollars from where they currently spend to Black owned businesses.
Can you describe how it works? So, Black Diamond Rewards is an app. You can find it on the App Store, the Google Play Store.
Yes. Yeah, so how it works is you go to the App Store, the Google Play Store, you download the application, and you register for the application, and you will open it up and see a list of Black-owned businesses, Black-owned products that are local to the Pittsburgh area, but also things you can find nationally at Target, Walmart, or Ulta. So it's not just your local restaurant or your local barbershop. It's also brands that you might find in larger retailers. You'll find deals for those products or services, and you just go to the business, you buy the product or the service, and then you get a receipt. You download the receipt on the application, you will automatically get points. As you accumulate points over time, you'll be eligible to receive free gift cards to other Black-owned businesses, and you'll be get a $5 or $10 gift card. Then you'll be able to just keep driving money through that ecosystem.
So, even if I didn't know in my location what are the Black owned brands that are in my local Target or Walmart, or what are the Black owned local local restaurants, I can use the app to find what is in what is in my vicinity,
Yes, you
basically
will.
as a
Yeah.
search tool.
So currently, right now, if you went to Target or Walmart, the app will be able to let you know what Black owned brands when you download the receipt, what's a Black owned brand. For the on the local level, if you go to a local restaurant or to a local salon, we have the local restaurants and salons for Pittsburgh at this point. But as we grow, we'll have for other cities. So if you're in a different city using the application and you know there's a Black owned restaurant there and you use it, download the receipt, and I'll just call them, verify, and then provide you the points, and then add them to my list of businesses.
Is there a way for me to track how much? So if I had a goal, for example, I want to spend two, three, $500 on a black owned brand or business in a month, like I wanted to pledge to do this.
Mhm.
Um, does the application have a summary to help me reach that?
Yes, we have a function on our app that allows you to set a goal, a spending goal for the month. Basically, you can set the spending goal at $100, 200, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then as you spend over that month, you will see that bar accumulate and those dollars accumulate over time, getting you closer to your goal. So that is a feature we have on our application.
Now, I imagine that this would be easy for competitors to do, like Rakuten, Fetch.
Mhm.
These would be your competitors. Do you foresee them copycatting what Black Diamond is doing?
That's a very good question. I don't know because they've had a 5 to 10 year head start on me and haven't chosen to go into this market. They choose to go after the larger brands like Nike and Macy's and some of the bigger brands because they figure a lot of people shop there already and they just want to go where they think the money is, and therefore they're ignoring that African American consumers want to spend more with
Right.
black businesses. And I want to capitalize on that inertia from African Americans and other people who want to just say, let's redirect my dollar. How can I support the community better and really give them an incentive and a way and a message to do that? And so I think once we build the market up, they may turn their eyes to it, but at that time, I think it might be too late.
As somebody who's done very deep research into the household spending of Black families,
Yes.
what is that number that you found?
I found that in 2019, this McKinsey report came out, and there's like African American consumers spend $835 billion on consumer goods.
Billion
That's
with a
billion with a B.
billion.
That's detergent, household items. It's all those consumer goods, and there's just a lot of spend that we do outside of our community because at the same time during that same time period, um, black businesses only generated 185 billion in revenue. So all the spend that we're doing is not going to black owned businesses.
Because black owned businesses, black owned households sometimes don't really know the black owned businesses within their vicinities. They don't market as much.
I would say that that is one of the things we're trying to overcome because you watch TV, you watch commercials, all of the marketing goes to the major brands because they have all of
Right.
the money.
They have the
So
marketing dollars.
the marketing dollars, so that people are
Yeah.
just used to that brand and therefore they don't see what's available. So we're trying to go about the marketing in a different way by making it more personal and getting them where they are always every day, which is on their phone, and saying, hey, there's a black owned soap company out there that you can just switch that out, switch out Dove for this black owned brand. Or there's a black owned toothpaste brand out there. You can switch out your Colgate for Garner's Garden, and they keep incenting and informing and marketing to people to have them make more intentional choices. For the business owner, we're trying to flip how their marketing dollars are spent. We want them to use the application, and as we send customers to their store, the customer will see their product service, and the customer will pay for that first, so they get money immediately, and then they say, "Oh, my marketing dollars really worked. Let me pay Black Diamond Reward an affiliate marketing fee for their services." So we want to really help them improve their cash flow, help them understand that we're going to send customers to them, and then they get value. So the
Right.
business customer can feel comfortable knowing, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to promote you and help you grow.
It just makes sense. It's a simple, elegant solution. Um,
Yes.
Having said that, what is the biggest challenge that you think you're going to face in achieving some of these goals that you have, that you've mentioned earlier?
Sure. One of the biggest challenges we're going to have is, I think, I am a non-technical founder, so I'm a finance executive. and I have that background, so I don't write code. And I think finding the right person to come on board to join my team to do a lot of the development is one of the challenges that I have. But we're overcoming that, and we did get a product out, and it does work, and we're really working with that. But I think that's going to be a challenge. But I also think education, letting people know where they can find black retailers locally. How can this work in a Walmart? What happens if I'm in a city and I don't know if that's a black owned business or not? Will I get points? Having the education to let them know you are still able to use the application and receive points, I think that will help really influence the users' willingness to use the application because they have more information. And then just as usual with any startup, there's capital. Having access to capital is always going to be an issue. And if we get past a certain hump, I do think we will be able to grow the business.
How would you measure success for Black Diamond Rewards in the near term?
Yes. In the near term, let's just say within the next 12 months, because that's what I can see, it would be to really grow to a robust user base. Um, let's say 20, 10 to 20,000 people, users, and people not who are not just on the application, but use it on a periodic basis. And they're engaged and they're finding businesses and you're seeing them spending. We're seeing people get rewards. So I think having users, one of our major goals is to give out rewards and gift cards to people. So if they're using the app and we're giving out gift cards, a lot of gift cards, and really giving people financial incentive, and we see that grow over time, that will be a major KPI that we want to follow. We want to make sure people understand we give you value. I think, and then another major success point will be growing our merchant base, bringing on a lot of merchants to be on our application and um, having them promoted on my application, on my social media, as well as them promoting myself. And then we see that marketing dollar and the views and the people joining and following just kind of increase over time. So those are some short term measures of success. And I think long term is just building out a great team to really um, push the product to the next level. Going on a national level is seeing us grow outside of Pittsburgh and growing outside of the region and really making an impact on the nation.
And I think you're in a very good trajectory for that growth because um, you're being approached to be the de facto rewards program for example, for a grocery store with pretty large foot traffic in the Black community today.
Yes.
So, um, and I know we kind of implied what your differentiation factors are from the rest of your competitors.
Mhm.
Are there other notable differentiations that we have not yet mentioned?
I would say one of them is we will have the ability to track spend and set goals. I have not seen that on other applications where they set
True.
goals and they're able to track spend in that manner. I think our other differentiator will be our message. We're going to really tie um, the message of serving the community and putting back into the community into how we market and speak to people. And they really can't make that same claim. And we're going to give an opportunity to tie community building and spending money and all that together in a great message to really incent a person and give them an emotional pull to use.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be another differentiator.
How often would you say you seek advice or mentorship from other experienced entrepreneurs or business leaders?
I do that very frequently. I've been in the Ascender incubation program over the last 12 months, and they have access to a lot of mentors in the area. Since I'm new to Pittsburgh, my network here is kind of small. So being in that program helped me to just reach out to mentors and just reach out to a random people who I've never met and just seek advice because I really think that people always have nuggets from their experience that they can impact my journey with. And then they might have advice or even other connections. And I just keep growing my network. So I've seen my network grow here because of that. And I think that's very important because no one knows everything. And so seeking the help of others can really help your knowledge base and help you really grow at a very fast rate.
Can you share with us are there any upcoming product releases, plans for expansion? Because this is a very new and exciting product.
Yes, yes. So we're kind of finishing up our soft launch, and we will be at the Juneteenth festival in a few weeks, really handing out flyers to people, getting the word out, having people really join the application and get on the application. But I think we're going to be adding some automation around um, receipt capture that will automatically calculate the amount of points, the receipt amount, and give you points. We're going to be adding our reward feature where you'll be able to go out and get gift cards automatically. You see your points accumulate over time, then you can just get your gift card automatically. So we'll be adding those features over the next 2 or 3 months, and then just a better onboarding process, walking person through education, through the onboarding, and giving them a point or a percent off coupon when they're done with the onboarding to keep them engaged with the application. These are all things that we're hearing from our users to really make sure they understand the product, understand the value that we bring, and the benefit that we provide, not only them, but the community. So yes, look for those updates, look for those things, because it's going to be an exciting time as we continue to grow.
You spoke getting feedback from users. Um, how do you do customer discovery? How do you go about that? How do you make sure that the lines of communication are open and that you're constantly conducting customer
Mhm.
discovery?
Well, we do it in a very formal way. A formal way, we have a survey that we send out to people, and we give them an incentive, whether it's points or a gift card, to use the survey and provide us feedback and let us know how they're using the application and things of that nature. That's very formal. Then there's also the very informal way where I just talk to people who've had the application and they say, "Hey, I've tried this and I couldn't do this, or I did this and it worked," and I ask them more questions. So
Mm.
we keep the lines of communication open, and I take all the feedback that I can to try to get people to try to improve the application.
How are you balancing your work, your startup, your personal life as a founder? Do you sleep?
Yes, I do. I do sleep, and I realize that I wake up a lot. Even when I go to bed late, I wake up at the same time every day, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But it's just one thing you learn. If I've learned, when something has to be done, it has to be done, and there's just
Yeah.
no way around it, right? So um, talking about or thinking about the effort that goes into it doesn't help. So you just have to get it done. And I find that I have to work, during the day, make things happen, go home, feed the kids, play with them, take care of them, put them to bed, spend time with the wife, and then take time on the business. And wherever I can, where I can sneak in a phone call here or an email here, I try to get that done. But it's just a constant time management
Yeah.
activity, but it's very difficult, but it's worthwhile because I have seen a lot of growth over the last year with what we're doing. I've seen people's reaction to it in the marketplace, um, and I just didn't think we're on the right path. So it will pay off, and I'm just very excited about the future.
Along those lines, and I was talking about this with another entrepreneur the other day. The things that have a very low probability of happening actually happen very often. Surprises happen very often with
Mhm.
if you're an entrepreneur, and
Yes.
you get those extreme highs and very extreme lows.
Mhm.
And the unexpected, the low probability scenarios do happen more frequently. How do you handle those things?
It's a philosophy that I have, that I've gained over the years from my college experience, and um, it comes from something that I learned in a poem that I just remember, and I say it over and over again, and talks about highs and lows, um, and it says treat those two imposters just the same, is what the poem says. And they call the highs imposters and they call the lows imposters and treat them the same. So don't get too excited about things that go well, or too down about things that don't go well. Try to stay even and then kind of keep moving forward. And that's something that I just kind of remember, is that it's never going to go great all the time, and you can never get full of yourself during that time, and it's never going to go horrible all the time, and you can't get down on yourself during that time. Stay even and realize things kind of work out as you continue to push forward. And so that's how I handle it. And then also my other philosophy is life is just problems and solutions. For every problem, there's a solution, and you have a certain amount of energy. And if you have spend your energy with a long pity party, you're not getting things done. But take that same energy and find a solution, then you're further ahead. So as I was going through the scenario where the development team um, lost contact with me and I was unable to get to my data or my code, and the application ceased to being produced, and I'm doing this whole thing by myself and bootstrapping. I focused my energy on doing other tasks while I tried to get this task done, and um, and got through it. And it doesn't mean I didn't get upset, or it doesn't mean I didn't get like a little anxious. It just means I know there's a way out. I just have to figure that way out and focus on figuring that way out. And that's what got me through.
The emotion was there, but instead of dwelling on it, you filled the time with something more productive.
Yes,
But it was there.
it was there. It was there. Yeah,
Yeah,
we were on the phone calls together.
we were there. Yeah,
Yeah.
but eventually, after weeks and weeks of, filling the time with something else, a solution presented itself
Yes. Hmm.
in the form of a friend.
From her, yeah,
We
persistent and
Yeah,
knocking on different doors to get
yeah,
something done, and then
found
something
someone.
a door open and like there it is. Yeah.
We found a savior. Thank
Yes, we did.
you, Roger Harris.
Oh, yes, yes. I owe him. Yes.
How can the viewers or the audience support you and Black Diamond today? What do you need?
Thank you for this opportunity. Please go out to the website and download the application.
The
And
website is
is www.blkdymnd.rewards.com, and then use this section where you can download the application. Don't just download it and register for the tool, and scroll through it and look at what's available. You can see different product categories, soap, detergent, household items, and look through it. And then think about just one item in your house that you buy that you may want to try different. It could be toothpaste, it could be toilet paper. It's not We're not trying to, change the world with eat the whole elephant. We're just like just one item, and think about that one item and see if you can switch it out. And that will be supporting a black business, supporting yourself because you get points and you'll learn something new. So that's a good way to just start the process. And then that will be it. That will be it. Please download the application. Give us feedback. Give us 5 stars. That'd be great.
That was an awesome presentation, by the way. Art
Okay.
did a pitch presentation yesterday for some investors, and he nailed it.
Thank you very much.
Are there any individuals or organizations you want to give a shout out to before we close the interview?
I have a lot, but I can't go through all of them. So I will say, of course, the family for helping me just do this on my time, and my wife being very supportive and taking care of the kids. And while I had to go to these events and go out of town, she's great. So I wanted to always just thank her. So thank you, baby. Um, I want to thank Ascender. I was in their incubation program for over a year, and the team, Nadili, Anya, Ben, Jenny, Sam, very helpful, gave me a lot of great advice. Whenever I asked a question, they always responded and would always help me out. I want to send a shout out to my strategic partner, Camille Bailey at Cocopreneur, a local Black business directory, and we're working together to really help that ecosystem. She does it in a way of listing the businesses, and I do it in a way of incenting users. And together we have a great partnership. And Scott McTaggart, who is one of my advisors, he saw the idea from the beginning, loved it, and has been very helpful in connecting me with people in Pittsburgh. And last, but definitely not least, yourself, uh,
Oh,
Tammy. You've been a great coach over this last year. I was thinking about you today because I had more questions. I go, I can't call Tammy, but I just really appreciate all the work you've done. And there are a lot more that I missed, and I'm sorry if I didn't mention you, but this has been a great journey, and I'm enjoying myself.
We're always here, and we all wish for your success.
Thank
This is a great company. Like I said, it just makes sense. Like there's no other way to put it.
you.
So, thank you everybody for watching. Again, we will put the links for Art's website so you can download the app. And thank you so much. Please support the business.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Goodbye.